7th century or rather 8th century, Muhammad bin Qasim comes, loots and goes away. So he is at best a looter, a plunderer, and an invader of the, not even of the Alexandrian variety, because he is not trying to establish a kingdom here. His intent is to loot, plunder, take the resource and go back. Now, after the invasion of Sindh, it takes about 3 centuries for the Arabs and, let's say, the now fallen Afghanis who've now become from the Shahi Hindus, they've now become Muslims, for them to start crossing to this side. Which is why 10th, 11th century with Muhammad Ghori becomes the most important, let's say, timeline, so to speak. The Battle of Taraim becomes the most important landmark, because that effectively starts the establishment of a dynasty here. Starts with the Mamluks, the Khiljis, so on and so forth, and then finally, of course, the Mughal dynasty. So the establishment of a sultanate with, let's say, your administration, your epicenters here, your capital here and all of that is a significant departure from the Arab looting. That's very, very different, right? So that effectively takes the form and shape and color and texture of settler colonization. So therefore, although in principle, according to, if I were to apply the logic of Latin America, I should be saying that around 10th century is what I would treat as the benchmark for Bharat to start understanding how we were before that. However, the Arab invasion of Sindh effectively translate to seizure of Sindh as a significant portion of the territory. What we associate as portions of Afghanistan, or let's say even parts of Khorasan or Persia that you see today. Okay, let me do a sample poll here. How many of you believe, whenever you have seen the map of undivided Bharat or Akhand Bharat, do you see Afghanistan anywhere in the picture? Right, you don't. But until the Mauryan period, this was a part of undivided Bharat. So imagine that even in popular consciousness, you have given up on Afghanistan as part of undivided Bharat. It's not as if you have Pakistan today. It's not as if you have POK today. But your aspiration is someday this is undivided Bharat, at least some portions of it. But even in that aspiration, Afghanistan pictures nowhere in it. See, imagine how much you've given up. And when we speak of Bharat, and when you look at archaeological evidence and whatnot, frankly speaking, while the Bhumi that we currently live in is certainly that mothership or the lodestone or the epicenter, the actual expanse of Bharatiya culture is unimaginable. It goes right until Central Asia, where at one point, Turkish emperors used to call their Chakravartis with the title Dasharatha. The title given to the emperors of Turkic lineage was Dasharatha. The appropriation of certain characters in history by certain groups or identities is unbelievable. Genghis Khan was not a Muslim for the better part of his life. He wasn't. The man was a practicing Buddhist. He was hated by followers of the one single unique God. So this is how much we understand of history, unfortunately. So I decided to treat, at the very least, 8th century as the cutoff point. As the cutoff point to understand how would a pre-colonial Bharat look like.